Okay. What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Tuesday edition of Morning Scone, presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. Do business with someone you know, Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. Restored Motions, RestoredMotions.com, ProCharge EV, ProChargeEV.com. We appreciate y'all for being there with us as always. If you're new on YouTube, please smash that like button and subscribe up to the YouTube channel. And Facebook, please like the Matt Moscona page and share the posts. We appreciate y'all as always. Right, a couple things I got there in the description on today's episode. Saints fired defensive coordinator, and Sean Payton introduced in Denver. So Payton introduced, very classy, talked about the New Orleans Saints, thanked the Bensons, Mickey Loomis, talked about the structure that they had in New Orleans, and it was one of the things that he was looking for wherever he went next, from ownership, front office, staff, all down. So really, that was gracious and sort of expected. But, also talked about his time at Fox, and then opportunity to work with Russell Wilson, man, getting him back to an MVP caliber quarterback, pushing Denver toward the Super Bowl. It'll be interesting to see if Denver, with Sean Payton, can get back to that level, if they can get back to a Super Bowl. They are all in, man. My goodness, are they all in? All the draft picks they gave up for Russ, and then now giving up, essentially one more pick, and then forfeiting your position in round 2 next year. They are all in, man. And in a division with Mahomes, in a division where Aaron Rodgers may well be going to the Raiders in that division, and Justin Herbert in LA, he did not take the easy road, that's for sure. And then as far as the Saints, we talked about it last week when they interviewed Joe Woods, and looked like Todd Grantham was going to be on staff as well. We didn't know what roles. Now we know it looks like Woods is going to be the DC, Grantham likely the defensive line coach. And I'm good with it. Like we talked about, Saints defense wasn't a problem a year ago. It's just a little, disheartening that the defensive staff is getting disrupted so much when the defense is what was actually good for most of last year. And anyway, and you still haven't touched your offensive staff, except for blowing out that bum Dan Rauscher. Okay, let's say some good morning, see what y'all got. You know the drill, as always. Fire away, anything about anything. I'd love to hear from you. David Coslin, Brian Penton, good morning. Hunter Eilers, morning Scone, wearing the same shirt today. Okay. This is actually a staff-issued shirt, so I don't know if you have this one, Hunter, unless you got it from someone on LSU staff, but I don't think this is one that you can buy at a Nike store. Deborah Coward, good morning. Jason Austin, what's going on, man? Ben Boudreaux, morning, Matt. Send you a message in Messenger with the article with Dickie V weighing in on Dale Brown drama. Well, I saw Dick Vitale's tweet, so I didn't see your message, my apologies, but I saw Dick Vitale's tweet, and what's happening with the whole court thing is exactly what everyone was hoping to avoid. Is it becoming a big public mess? And I'll say it again, which I've said a million times. If this is something you were proud of, if this is something that you wanted to display, like, why wouldn't you have it out there for everybody to see? You know what I mean? Why wouldn't you be proudly stumping for this? Why are you working in dark alleys and, in back rooms to push this through? Because you know it's wrong. That's why. It's a shame, man. Too many people have gotten confused too. It's not an issue of a name on a piece of wood. So many people say, "Man, who cares?" Names of course. I'm not asking you to be emotional about it. I'm not asking you to be emotional about it. A couple of coaches who many of you don't even never even watched coach. I get it. Some people won't. That's fine. But it's more along the lines of like how you're treating a man that's 87 years old that's given 50 years of his life to the state university, and you honored him a year ago, and now because of one person, you are taking what was a great lifetime honor and you are staining it, which is miserable. I can't imagine. It's been 50 years, committing 50 years of my life to something, having those people honor me. I didn't ask for it, but they honored me, and then a year later, because of political BS. Anyway. Ryan Olivier, John Wagoner, good morning. Bubba Smith, hey Dad, good morning. Scott Barnes, good morning. John asking about LSU baseball starting day. Well, they're practicing, John, but a week from Friday is opening night at the box, so the 17th. Craig Dugob, Scone, hit up a local grocery store, minding my business, walking by the liquor section. Something catches my eye. No way. A bottle of Parker's Heritage Double Barrel just sitting there at MSRP. Miracles do happen. So the Parker's Heritage Double Barrel is the one that I've sort of gushed over. Got it for Christmas, and I've told you that I think it's definitely the best bottle that I've gotten this year. Not even close, and might be one of my top 5 whiskeys like ever. That has raced up my forever list. That is incredible, Craig. Congrats. That's amazing. Let me know when you open it. Paul Losi, good morning. Damon Hinderberger, Wendell Norman, Gregory Carter, Taz, good morning. I hear Ronald Curry has a great offensive mind. Ronald Saints give him a chance before we lose him. Taz, look, I'll put it to you this way, man. I get that everybody has to start somewhere, but do you really want someone taking their first crack at play calling in the NFL, like learning on the job in the NFL? I'm not so sure I'm with you on that, man. Like, you want to promote him, incentivize him to stay, all that sort of stuff, fine, but that's a tough call to say. And I know what you're going to say is, well, then how do you break through? A lot of guys do it at the college level, right? Yeah, and then they sort of advance. But I don't know that I want a first-time play caller at the NFL level. Jason H., good morning. Hashtag Shoe Gang, hashtag Team Drew, appreciate it. Carlos Vlon, good morning. Road trip to South Carolina should be an electric atmosphere, can't wait. Yeah, the LSU women's basketball team will play in Columbia on Super Bowl Sunday. So Sunday should be a fun day. You'll have the LSU ladies against South Carolina earlier that day, and then Super Bowl 57 late afternoon. Looking forward to the Super Bowl. See how healthy Mahomes is. You're going against the Eagles, Jalen Hurts. Hopefully, it should be a really fun day. Gregory Carter, Sean, taking all his old Saints coaches except Pete. Why? LOL. Well, remember, Gregory, you can't hire someone laterally in the NFL. A team can block that move. So a good reminder would be Ryan Nielsen. Remember Ryan Nielsen, LSU wanted to hire Ryan Nielsen to be defensive coordinator, and the Saints blocked that move. If you're taking a promotion, then you can leave. So, for example, Ryan Nielsen leaving the Saints for the Falcons, he was a co-DC with the Saints. He was standalone DC in Atlanta, so he was able to go. But if Payton wanted to hire Carmichael, the Saints would have to let him leave. But I understand your point. Reed Rule, morning Scone, Pell's on the clock to make a move at the deadline. Will it happen? I don't know, Reed. I don't think you make a move just for the sake of making a move. I know Jackson Hayes has expressed interest in being traded. But, you know, you could always use more defense and more shooting. So if there's a specialist available that you feel like could get you over the hump, I think you take a hard look at it. But if I had to guess, I'd probably say no. Jesse Brown, smash the like button. Yeah, thank you, Jesse. Please, if you would take a quick second, smash that like button on YouTube. Subscribe up to the channel if you haven't done so yet. Facebook, please like the page, share the post. Trivia Carter, good morning. Hunter Broadhead, Spurge, good morning. Janet, not a Brando fan, but agree with him on the court name. You know, Janet, I'll tell you, the thing about Tim, and I have so much respect for Tim personally and professionally. He has been so kind to me over the years. Complimentary, encouraging, always willing to take a call and lend advice. Tim Brando is a good man, and he loves Louisiana. He could have left a long time ago, but he still lives here. You know, when he was working at CBS and doing the studio gig for CBS, in the SEC on CBS, he still lived in Shreveport. He would fly up to New York and spend his weekends there and then fly home. And now even still traveling the country calling games for Fox, he still lives in Shreveport. So Tim's a good man. I think it's okay. He's also outspoken, so I understand how there are some people who, if you don't see eye to eye with everything with Tim, you could come to that opinion, but that opinion is less about the man and more about maybe you disagreeing with an opinion, which I understand. There's plenty. Look, I'm in the opinion media. There's a lot of people who don't like me. They don't know me, but they don't like my delivery or what. I don't care. But Tim's a good man, and he is right on the situation. Brad David, if Oklahoma State would have gone undefeated in 2011, would they have played in the national championship, or would Alabama still have jumped them? No, it would have been Oklahoma State. They lost on that Friday night in Ames to Iowa State, and had they gone undefeated, it would have been LSU, Oklahoma State. How different the world would have been if Les had won his second, polished off the greatest season in LSU history. Nick doesn't get the one in 2011, so he never goes back-to-back, 11 and 12. What do legacies look like? Tyrann Mathieu. One of the great what-ifs, man. Barry Johnson, morning, Matt, from Southwest Florida. Love the show. Thank you, Barry. Appreciate that. Strong side, good morning. Can the Pels make it 3 in a row tonight? I think they can. I think they will. I love the fact that they got both Jonas and BI rest on Sunday, and so they basically had 2 days off. Now you have a travel day mixed in, but yeah, I think so. Brad David, do you ever hear from your old producer James? Harold said, no, man. So James and I, we follow each other on Instagram, so like I'll see him post pictures. He and Caitlin have I think 2 little boys, and they're living in Ohio. So he left here to go. They moved up there. He took a job with Cox up there, and I think he left that job. I don't know what he's doing now, but yeah, but I think he's doing well. Carlos Flan, dark alley, secret meetings, that is Louisiana politics, unfortunately. Bailey C, do our schools suck because of corruption or because our tax base is poor? You know, Bailey C, no matter, so first of all, to say our tax base is poor is a little bit of a flawed argument, because you could look at the GDP of the state, and there's plenty of money if you prioritize properly. That's true with any family. Forget about a state, look at your family. You don't have to make $500,000 a year to have kids that are well-mannered and educated and to live in a nice home. I mean, you can do it if you prioritize your funds, and that's the problem. Is in this state, corruption, pet projects, all of that sort of stuff have dominated our state for 200 years. And it's just it's the political cycle that's never ended. And it's one of the reasons I hate politics, and one of the reasons I completely ignore it, and I don't watch the news, and I've decided to be completely agnostic. I'm out. And it's a shame, man, because that's why you get good people who could possibly affect change saying, yeah, I'm not interested. I don't want to go play in that mud, because I'm going to get mud all over me. I'm not interested in that. I'm going to go over there where it's clean. Stuart, what's going on? Saint for Life, good morning. Gregory Carter, does Dennis Allen really want to be coach? He's hiring the same staff that he got fired with in Oakland. I think he knows this is his last year. I don't think it's the same staff he had in Oakland, obviously. Now, Woods was his secondary coach there, and he's had DC experience since. But again, I don't really care who Dennis Allen hires as defensive coordinator. I really don't. Dennis Allen is the defensive coordinator. He's the one calling all the plays. He's the one strategizing, and so he's calling the defense. So I don't care. I don't care who he hires on the defensive side. I want to know, what are they doing to fix quarterback, and are they actually going to add anybody to the offensive staff to try to make that side of the ball more efficient? If they just run it back, that's a problem. Kerry Hughes, good morning. Cody Brunet, do you think Dennis Allen refusing to do anything with the offensive staff shortens his grace period? Mickey and Gale. Maybe, unless if they're in lockstep. Pat Huseman, good morning. Tim Gotro. Well, let's see, we got a little less than 10 minutes. As always, shout out to Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. If you need orthopedics, go see Brock. Right there inside the Surgical Specialist Center on Bluebonnet, with locations all over the greater Baton Rouge area. Hudco Roofing, would love to give you a free, no obligation roofing inspection. Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. Restored Motions, RestoredMotions.com. If you have pain, book a session with Crystal Poche over at Restored Motions, RestoredMotions.com. And ProCharge EV, ProChargeEV.com. Let's see. I wanted to snag something real quick. There it is. I mentioned this a couple days ago, and real quick, I would appreciate it very, very, very much. Just very quickly, I'm going to say this. I'm going to post a link in the chat. If when we're done, if you wouldn't mind clicking the link and leaving Hudco a Google review, I would greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it. The long story short is all of the Google reviews were going specifically to the Hudco Bossier office, which is great, but the Hudco Baton Rouge office has like 5 reviews. And that affects our standing in Google ranking and SEO and all that sort of stuff. So if you could, I just posted the link. If you could just click that link and just take a quick second and leave us a Google review, I would greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it. That's my one ask for the day. Craig Dugas, so that's good news because aren't you? Hey, Craig, if you want to part ways with it, I will gladly buy it from you. I'll buy it from you, or I will trade for that Parker's Heritage. I'm telling you, it's one of the best bottles I've ever had. Let's see. Leon Williams, Dale Brown was a great coach, is a great man. LSU was a mess before he took over from Maravich, and has LSU with top talented teams. The talent he coached was second to none, especially my guy, Mahmoud. And I'll tell you this, Leon, too. The thing that we keep stressing, it's not even so much just about wins and losses. I mean, he was a great coach for 25 years and brought LSU to heights they had never been. But at the same time, it's also about the man, the humanitarian work that he did and has continued to do over the course of his life. And it was I'll keep going back to it. There are processes put in place to do things like name courts or build statues or retire jerseys. And LSU followed that procedure, and they voted to name the court after Dale Brown. And now, yet less than a year later, the same board is going to vote to change it. Like, ask yourself intellectually. The don't get confused. Like some people are trying to confuse you over the issue of if Sue Gunner is worthy or the whatever. Don't confuse the issue. Ask yourself logically, why would a board that a year ago voted to name the court after Dale Brown, you have the ceremony, you bring the man out there, you put his name on the court, his family's there, you honor him, and less than a year later, the board is going to vote to change that? Why? The same board, same exact people that voted overwhelmingly to name it Dale Brown Court are now going to vote to change it? Why? That is Louisiana. Jesse Post, morning, Hartsey and Sean Payton with the Broncos. It's going to be a little bit of an adjustment. Weston Weaver, Devin Kelly, good morning. I used to be a Facebook guy for Morning Scone, but trivia is right. Facebook is trash and YouTube is better format to consume video. You know what else, Devin, that helped YouTube? If you're watching on mobile, when YouTube allowed you to close out of the app and keep the video open in a corner, like that, and be able to search on your phone and keep the video rolling, that was a game changer for YouTube. Leon Williams, I agree. Let Ronald Curry call plays. You have head coaches who never call plays. I don't know that I would say that you have head coaches that have never called plays that are successful calling plays for the first time. Like, for example, Leon, you could look at Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan was a first-time head coach, but he was a play caller in Atlanta. So I don't know that I necessarily agree with that. Like, when you look at Sean McVay when he went to the Rams, I mean, he was the play caller in D.C. with the Commanders. So I don't know that I necessarily agree with you there. That's a tough place to try to cut your teeth. Like, we saw that at LSU with Jake Peets. Jake Peets trying to call plays for the first time. Didn't go great. And now you're talking about the NFL? Excuse me. All right, a couple more minutes. Austin Kidder, No Saint, good morning. Leon, Matt, did you see Stand? Watching Mahmoud light it up, took me back to my childhood days in Natchez. Sad he was truly blackballed. It was great to see Dale Brown speak up for him. I have not seen it. I would love to. But I think, is it on Netflix or Showtime, the Mahmoud documentary? I want to watch it. But I don't have a lot of those streaming services, so I'll need to find a way to get it. Stewart, trade 2 first, the Ravens for Lamar Jackson. Yeah, that's not happening. Good morning. What's up, Austin? Good morning from my home gym in Las Vegas. Quality of life is also improved with more sports, less politics. How about that? Austin, I didn't know you moved out to Vegas. Be there actually March the 4th, man. Going to watch UFC 285. Looking forward to it. John Jones against Cyril Gahn. That's going to be awesome. Dwan, having Dennis Allen as your coach is like telling your teacher that your dog ate your homework. You're just trying not to be successful. Oh, man. Carlos doing it now, Google review. Thank you, Carlos. I appreciate it very, very, very much. Thank you. Trivia, you fool, bro. Oh, trivia, I wanted to tell you. Erica tried to mail your treat from Drew's birthday party. She brought it with her, and it's like a Hershey bar wrapped in a Drew wrapper. Anyway, the Hershey bar melted in her car. It was just mush. So she went and got a new Hershey bar and like got a new wrapper to redo the party favor for you. So it should be coming soon. Yeah, how about it? Strong side. Cam Thomas showing out with back-to-back 40-point games. Don't know if y'all saw that. I think, did they say he's the youngest or second youngest ever to have consecutive 40-point games? Incredible. Glenn Thomas, so the Saints were replacing the DC, who was only the assistant coach. That was good. Right, pretty much. Morgan Miller, what's up, man? Dude, get rid of that. Get rid of that avatar, bro. I'm serious. I cannot look at that. Cannot look at that, bro. That's my brother-in-law, who's a Raiders fan, who lives in Kansas City. And so I understand what he's doing. He's cheering against Kansas City by having an Eagles avatar, but I hate the Eagles. I don't want to play Sean Payton twice a year. He might make the Broncos good again. I know. Well, see if the Raiders get Aaron Rodgers. Hey, Ron. All right. I got to go, y'all. Got to get Drew up, get out of the house. LSU Daily is live, AFR at 3. We'll look forward to seeing y'all then. YouTube, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. Smash that like button. Facebook, please like the page, share the post. Y'all have an awesome day. We'll see you next time. Peace.